I mean, how do I know? I'm sure some of you have heard me mention this before. When I first started trading, forget the internet. There was really no internet, not the way we know it now. I don't even think America Online was something that was available. And if you had a modem, it was one of those, what was that really weak one? It wasn't even a 14.4. It was whatever came before 14.4, like an 8 something, 8 baud modem. I've got a 6 gig connection, and that's kind of a grandmother anymore. Or 6 meg connection through my phone provider. And from what I understand, there's available now 12 and 24 meg connections, which I cannot wait to get my hands on. But the bottom line is, internet was not really available. I used to get a satellite feed through a company, which I'm not sure what they do now. I'm not sure if they even exist in the same way they did back then, called DTN. So this satellite dish, this was before DirecTV and stuff was really popular. So I had this satellite dish sitting on my flat roof, back by my pool, and people are like, what is that? So anyways, forget internet. I used to get it satellite, and it was delayed, which really was relatively useless. But it made me feel like a trader. It felt great, I won't lie. I had this dedicated little machine and a satellite, and it's pulling all this data when I was doing commodities trading. Man, I felt like the faux shizzle. I don't even know what that is, but that's what I felt like. So the internet, forget about it. What I used to get were those this magazine, this giant paper magazine that would come in the mail on a Monday. I would mark all my charts by hand. Back then, it was just daily charts. It would probably take me 45 minutes to get through about 24 symbols in the commodities world. So I was looking, I really didn't know what to look for. And I was so slow because it was still very, very new to me. Okay, and sitting down with paper and pencil and ruler and a calculator is not exactly the most efficient thing. But I'll tell you what, in a lot of ways, I wish I could force everybody that I talk to live like that for at least a month, if not 3 to 6. Because you will appreciate what you have now so much better, and your analysis will be simple. A lot of people say, oh gosh, your analysis is simple. Well, yeah, because when I came up in trading, I didn't have all these gizmos and EAs and custom indicators and automated stuff. I didn't have all that. So my trading still very much reflects basic tools, trend lines. The fanciest thing I use, I think, is an exponential moving average. Because simple moving averages and momentum indicators were easy. Just a matter of a simple calculation on your calculator, you know. Exponentials are much more complicated calculation, even with a calculator. So all that reflects the fact that what I did for years, and this wasn't just 1 or 2 months, because when I traded, we didn't have the internet for years. All this was done by hand. Like I said, I wish I could force everybody to do that, because you really rely on price action. Like, for example, right now, this pops out at me, right across here. I find that traders that are brought up now, they have to force themselves to notice things like this, because they're not focused on the price graph. Unfortunately, they're focused on some indicator or some study or some automated this or that. This doesn't pop out at them. Okay? This resistance level, which could be potentially a quadruple top. I'm not sure if it's soft or solid, but 125 won't pop out at them. This quadruple potential top won't pop out at them, which is a shame, because this is the heart of trading. In fact, some people who are even more old school than me would go, gosh, all that matters is the tape, you young whippersnapper. You know, that's what they would tell me. They'd say all that matters is the tape. And they would be focused on essentially time and sales, which would be this, if the feed comes here, they'd be focused on basically this right side of this window. They'd be focused merely on time and sales and say that's the truth there. So some people might be thinking I'm too highfalutin with my charts. And there are people that I know that are pure tape readers. Time and sales, by the way, is where the trade is going off. If I know my bidders are this first column, these are my buyers waiting in line. The person willing to buy at the highest price being at the top of the list. These are my sellers in the second column waiting in line. The seller willing to sell at the lowest price is at the top of the list. And you notice there's a little bit right now, about a pip or two, spread between what the bidders are willing to buy at, what the sellers are willing to sell for. where they're agreeing to do business, where they're agreeing to do the deal. That's what we call the trade in Forex. The deal is here in the last column. It's black area. This is where the trades are triggering off. This is where they're deciding to do the deal. Are traders paying up? They're paying more than the inside, or the top ask, or the inside or top bid. Where are the trades going off? You can see here the momentum's going higher. Look where the trades are going off, mostly. Some of these high numbers. They're paying up, aren't they? These are things to notice. So tape readers would watch this.